Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. So today we will summarize the chapter 9 of Jewel Ornament of Gampopa. So chapter 9 is all about Bodhicitta. So until the chapter 8, so Gampopa help us to build the ground of Mahāyāna or Bodhisattvayana path. So now the Bodhicitta is the seed. It's almost like the ground is to understand the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha and understand the pressures of human life, impermanence of the human life, and then wish to liberate from the samsara and the law of karma. And after that, once you take a refuge, so the ground is already fertilized and already prepared. Now you have to plant the seed of Mahāyāna, the Bodhicitta. So the Bodhicitta, Bodhi means the awaken or enlighten. Chitta means the heart or the mind. So the enlightened mind or enlightened heart. So intention or wishing to awaken or enlighten in order to liberate all the sentient beings. So the Bodhicitta, there is what we call the wisdom Bodhicitta, and there's a compassion Bodhicitta. The wisdom Bodhicitta is, we are talking about the ultimate Bodhicitta. And then the compassion Bodhicitta is, we are talking about the relative Bodhicitta. So one is happening in a relative truth, which means in the duality. The relative Bodhicitta is function in a duality where six samsara is exist, where you and I are exist, where suffering is exist, So there you practice the relative Bodhicitta. And ultimate Bodhicitta is beyond the duality. Ultimate Bodhicitta it's almost like in a state of emptiness, where there is not you or me or samsara or nirvana. It's all kind of beyond that concept of samsara, nirvana, beyond that ego, beyond you and I. So ultimate bodhicitta is quite an advanced bodhicitta. You can understand the ultimate bodhicitta as your own nature of mind. And once you realize this egoless state of mind, once you realize the bodhicitta or the enlightened mind, the Buddha nature, once you realize you are the Buddha, so then that is like a kind of the ultimate state of your mind. I think here in the chapter 9, the Gampopa is more emphasizing on the relative bodhicitta. The relative bodhicitta is divided into two. One is the aspiration bodhicitta, and another one is application bodhicitta. Sometimes they call it action bodhicitta. So aspiration bodhicitta means like a wish to enlightenment, wish to liberate, wish to enlightenment in order to benefit all the sentient beings. So that's aspiration bodhicitta is more like a wish. Application bodhicitta, on the other hand, is more like an action, which means so doing something in order to enlightenment for other beings. So the one is wish. For example, I am thinking about going to Kathmandu. Right now I'm in the Parping, where the Padmasambhava enlightened in Nepal. So it's almost like a 1 hour away from here to Kathmandu, or let's say Bauta, where the stupa, the main stupa is there. So around more than 1 hour. So I wish to go to Kathmandu, So that's more like a wish, or let's say I will go to Kathmandu this afternoon. So it's more like I take a decision. I want to go to Kathmandu, and I wish I want to go to Kathmandu, but I didn't do anything in order to go to Kathmandu. So the application is more like an action. So right now I'm taking the car, and I'm already sitting in the car. I already on the way. It's already like 100 meters. Or already 1 miles or 1 kilometer on the way. To Kathmandu. So that's more like an action. So you are on the path, and you're on the way to Kathmandu. So this is the difference between aspiration bodhicitta and the application bodhicitta. So in the application bodhicitta, for example, in mostly most of the chapter of the Jewel Ornament later on, it's all based on the application bodhicitta, because the 6 paramitas, the generosity paramitas, and the patient paramita, and precept paramita, and meditation samadhi paramita, and all this are the dedication paramita, the wisdom paramita. So all these 6 paramitas are action, as a bodhisattva in action. That's more like an application bodhicitta. So in order to liberate and enlighten yourself, in order to benefit countless sentient beings. So the Gampopa also emphasized in the chapter 9 how to kind of develop this aspiration bodhicitta. So think, first of all, think all the sentient beings, like how we divide it. For example, the some sentient beings we consider as our close friend, close relative, whom we love, and whom we wish to do everything or anything, for your mother, father, maybe brother, sister, or maybe your son, daughters, those who we really love, and we like to do anything, And the second sentient beings are those whom you don't like, and you really wish them to suffer, and you really wish them to bad luck, let's say, unfortune. So, if possible, you wanted to maybe hurt or revenge those people. So the hatred is there, and you want to hurt them. The second sentient being, the third category is like a stranger, nothing to do with you. You don't want it to hurt them, you don't want it to be, love them. It's just stranger. You don't know who are they. I don't care, So that's not very equal, it is not equanimity. So the Gampopa emphasized, in order to develop this aspiration bodhicitta, the first step is to really practice the equanimity, to think that all the sentient beings are once your mother, because took so many lifetime, not one, not two, countless lifetime. So during that countless lifetime, there were countless mothers or fathers or daughter or sons. So really think in a way that all the sentient beings, include your enemies, include someone you don't like, include the strangers, all are as my mother, as my daughter or son. For example, your mother. So think of your kindness of your mother of this life. For example, this life mother, for example, she keep you 9 to 10 months in her mother womb and go through all this sacrifice, and after the giving birth, the taking care of you until you grown up, and that love and care from your mother. So when you understand that how much your mother or father loves you, so then really bring that understanding to countless lifetimes, father or mother, and include that the son or daughter that you love so much, you are willing to do anything or everything for them, and bring that understanding to all the sentient beings once your daughter or son. And now there is no good or bad or enemies, it's all are your mothers, all are your fathers, all are your son and daughters. So that way you bring this equanimity to all the sentient beings. Once you bring that equanimity, so for example, that's balance, and then we really wish to pay back to our mother of this lifetime. We really wish to help her. We wanted to give a love to her. The same way, bring this mind to really how can I help all the sentient beings for what they have done to me for many lifetimes, and their love, their care, their sacrifice for me. So now I'm into Dharma, I'm practicing. So what can I do? So how can I reduce the sentient beings' suffering? So that's a compassion. And how I can make sentient beings more happy, how I can bring them to liberation or enlightenment. That's a loving kindness, So that way you practice this the aspiration bodhicitta, and that way I really must enlighten in this very lifetime in order to liberate all the mother-like sentient beings, father-like sentient beings, or son or daughter-like sentient beings. They are suffering. Most of them are suffering in the hell realm or hungry ghosts or animal realm. So all that sentient beings, I must do something for them. I must enlightenment in this lifetime so that I can guide them, I can liberate them, I can help them to liberate from that suffering. So that's the aspiration bodhicitta is more emphasized in this 9th chapter, and I mean the biggest obstacle for this bodhicitta is the selfish, the selfish and not thinking about the sentient beings, and what we call this losing the interest in the bodhisattva path, and those are the biggest obstacle for the bodhicitta practice. So may you all become a bodhisattva in this very lifetime.